Welcome to my channel TM Chitra Teacher. Today we are going to learn an inspirational poem called Life, written by Charlotte Bronte. Before I'll explain the poem, we will discuss the warming up section. There are many popular lines like life is a game, play it well, life is a journey, keep going ahead. So discuss and write down a few such metaphorical lines about life. You can make them up yourselves too. So I have few examples mentioned here. You can use it for your reference. Life is a dream, enjoy it. Life is ocean, dive deep. Life is music, hum it. Life is a challenge, accept it. Life is a teacher, learn from it. Let's move on to the next activity in the warming up. Prepare as many acrostics using the word life as you can. Two examples are given below and I have added two more examples for your reference. The next activity is listen carefully and write the word in the appropriate column. So there are few words mentioned by the teacher. So we have to classify the words into positive as well as negative feelings. So the examples, you have the words already filled in the column for your reference. Often we hear people talking about all the negative experiences of life, and so everyone takes it for granted that life is a burden. But in this poem, Charlotte Bronte gives us a very optimistic and motivational message that life is full of hope. She encourages us to have courage and move on because every dark cloud has a silver lining and there is always light at the end of the tunnel. So in this poem, the poet has conveyed her thoughts about life. So before starting with the poem, let's see the rhyme scheme of the poem. It is A, B, C, B in the first stanza, then D, E and so on in all the remaining stanzas. The poem is divided into 3 stanzas consisting of 8, 4 and 12 lines respectively. So I'll read the first stanza for you all. Life, believe, is not a dream, so dark as sages say. Oft a little morning rain foretells a pleasant day. Sometimes there are clouds of gloom, but these are transient all. If the shower will make the roses bloom, oh, why lament its fall? So in the first 2 lines of this poem, we can see the poet begins with the word life, which is the title of the poem, and it emphasizes the fact that the poem is all about life. The poet begins the poem by telling us that we must not believe what the sages, that is learned men, have said that life is a dark dream. She advises us not to fear for life. In the next 2 lines, oft a little morning rain foretells a pleasant day. In this line, the rain is a metaphor that symbolizes sorrow and despair. The morning rain is a metaphor. Despair means hopelessness. So the poet tells us that even if there is a little morning rain, the rest of the day is a pleasant one. So also, even if there are problems and worries in our life is going to be lovely and pleasant. Sometimes there are clouds of gloom, but these are transient all. If the shower will make the roses bloom, oh why lament its fall? So in this line, the poet takes the metaphor of the clouds of gloom, which symbolizes sorrow and grief that are present in everyone's life. These showers are transient, that is, they are temporary. They come for a short while, yet they make the roses bloom. So also in our life, even if we have sorrow and grief, it will lead to joy and happiness. So the poet then asks us a rhetorical question. Why lament its fall? which means that if the showers make the roses bloom, then we shouldn't complain about the rainfall. So also, if we have sadness and grief in our lives, don't worry, as these will bring cheer and delight. Now let's move on to the second stanza, which is of 4 lines. Rapidly, merrily, life's sunny hours flit by. Gratefully, cheerily, enjoy them as they fly. In these 4 lines, the poet has said that life's sunny hours flit by means the sunny hours, the happy days moves very fast, and thus instead of lamenting the sorrows and griefs, one should gratefully, cheerily enjoy those fast flying moments of life. Let's move on to the third stanza. What though death at times steps in and calls our best away? What though sorrow seems to win over hope a heavy sway? So in this, the poet rhetorically says that even though death has taken away our loved one and our house is immersed in sorrow, we should not be swayed away by grief and lose hope. So always we should have a positive attitude towards our life. Yet hope again elastic springs, unconquered though she fell. Still buoyant are her golden wings, still strong to bear as well. So the poet has personified hope and says that hope has elastic springs. It means that just like elastic can stretch itself, and just like when a spring is released, it will jump all around, so also hope stretches itself and jumps all around so that people can catch it. But alas, it was not conquered by anyone, and so it fell. Its golden wings are still buoyant and strong. Though hope has fallen, its golden wings that are buoyant and strong will help it bounce back. So we should never feel despair, that is hopeless, and we should always have a hope that hope is there to guide and lift us up. Manfully, fearlessly, the day of trial bear, for gloriously, victoriously, can courage quell despair. So in these final lines, the poet encourages us to be strong and fearless, for on the day of trial, that is the day of judgment. So her courage will make her victorious. So what she wants everyone to be courageous to achieve success in life. Thus the poem ends with a strong will, hope and determination that good will ultimately come to her. So the poet concludes by saying that if we hold on to hope and courage in our lives, they can suppress pessimism, that is negative attitude, and we can emerge victorious despite all obstacles that pull us down. Now let's discuss the questions given at the side of the poem. What do the sages say? The sages say that life is not a dream. The next question, what does the rain often foretell? The rain often foretells a pleasant day. Third question, what should we do during joyful times in life? The answer is, during joyful times in our lives, we should enjoy it cheerfully and gratefully. Next question, what does our best refer to? Our best refers to our loved one. The last question, why are the wings of hope golden? The wings of hope are golden because they are bright and strong to give us hope for the future. Now let's discuss the activities given in the English workshop. Pick out from the poem 2 lines each that reflect an optimistic, that is positive attitude, and pessimistic, that is negative attitude. Let's see to the first 2 lines of optimism. Oft a little morning rain foretells a pleasant day. If the shower will make the roses bloom, oh, why lament its fall? Now let's see to the next two lines which represents pessimism, that is negative attitude. Sometimes there are clouds of gloom, what though sorrow seems to win over hope a heavy sway. Let's go to the next activity. Give other ly adverbs, that is the adverbs which ends with ly of similar meaning for the following. Use a thesaurus if needed. So the first word is rapidly, quickly, merrily, happily, gratefully, thankfully, cheerily, joyfully, manfully, bravely, fearlessly, courageously, gloriously, wonderfully, victoriously, successfully. The next question is, pick out 3 examples of interrogation, that is rhetorical questions from the poem. Explain in your words the point that each one makes. So in the left hand side we have 2 columns. In the left hand side of the column we have identified certain rhetorical question, that is interrogation from the poem, and in the right hand side we have provided you with the explanation of those lines. Let us see to the first line. If the shower will make the roses bloom, oh why lament its fall? It means one should not weep over the gloom of rain when it can make roses bloom. The second line is, what though death at times steps in and calls our best away? So this means we should not lose hope even if death takes away our dear ones far from us. The third line, which represents interrogation, is, what though sorrow seems to win over hope a heavy sway? So this means we should not worry even if sorrow defeats hope, because hope has the potential to rise up again. Let's go to the next activity. Explain the metaphor. Oft a little morning rain foretells a pleasant day. So let us see what is compared over here. In this statement, morning rain is compared to darkness and gloom in life. The second line is, sometimes there are clouds. So in this statement, the clouds are compared to sadness and gloom. In the third line, the shower will make the roses bloom. In this statement, roses refer to the good things in life. The fourth line is, life's sunny hours flit by. In this statement, sunny hours are compared to happy days. The next activity is, pick out 4 examples of personification and write what is personified in each. Means it is personification means when an inanimate thing has given a human quality. The first line is, oft a little morning rain foretells a pleasant day. Here rain is given the human quality of foretelling. The second line is, life's sunny hours flit by. Sunny hours are given human quality and sunny hours is personified of flitting by. What though death at times steps in? So death is given the human quality of stepping in. So death is personified in this line. What though sorrow seems to win? Sorrow is given the human quality of winning. So sorrow is personified in this line. The next activity is, and calls our best away, is a gentle way of expressing the unpleasant idea of a loved one dying. So it is an example of euphemism. Think and write down the ways in which we can express the idea of death in a tactful and gentle manner. So I have few examples over here. This can be used as a reference. Even you can also add more examples to it. He passed away. He has gone to heaven. He is no more. He is one with God again. The next activity is, and that's how I realized that courage and hope can help me overcome any major mishap or problem in life. Write an episode or experience from your own life that leads to the above conclusion. So I have an example over here. This is again just for your reference. And I wish you could also write such an experience or an episode from your life, what you would have gone through. When I was in 5th standard, I fell off the roof of my house and broke my right hand. I got a permanent cast for 2 months and my exams were just around the corner. A writer was assigned to me so that I could appear for my exams. I was uncomfortable with the idea of writer writing whatever I could dictate to him or her. My parents and school teachers kept on encouraging me. I did not let the accident affect my studies. I prepared well and appeared for the exams. After 2 months, when the result was out, I was pleasantly surprised to see that I passed the exams with flying colors, and that's how I realized that courage and hope can help me overcome any major problem in life. Thank you for watching this video. If you find this video useful, please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel to get further updates.